Hello everyone. So today we will start another chapter of class 6 history, chapter number 5, different ways of life, the Vedic period and Chalcolithic settlements. So in this video we will going to do the entire exercise of this chapter, but before that first we will have a quick recap of this chapter, that what all we have studied in this chapter. So, this chapter, the different ways of life, the Vedic period, and Chalcolithic settlements. So, basically, the Vedic period is characterized by the coming of the Aryans, right? So, in this chapter, we will be studying all about the coming of the Aryans. So, when the Indus civilization declined, there was a new group of people who came into Indian subcontinent from northwest, and historians called this group as the Aryans, right? So, first of all, where did the Aryans come from? So, the Aryans are thought to have originated in the areas around the Caspian Sea in southern Russia. So these Aryans were basically the pastoralists, and it is believed when the pasture land became scarce in their homeland, these group of Aryans moved towards different areas, and few of them came to India. So then, what are the evidence for the coming of these Aryans? So there are some archaeological evidence of this period. Archaeologists identify two types of pottery that are believed to be associated with the Aryan settlers. Right, one of the pottery was black and red ware, and this pottery was found in this pottery was found near the areas of Indo-Gangetic Divide and the Upper Ganga Yamuna Doab. Right, Ganga Yamuna Doab is also known as the land between the two rivers. Right, another type of pottery which came into existence, or which were founded by the archaeologists, are the painted grey ware. These have been found in the middle and eastern Gangetic plains. Now, where did they live? Where did the Aryans used to live? So, the Aryans first settled down in the region surrounding the Indus and its tributaries, and the Aryans called this region as the land of the Sapta Sindhu, or the land of seven rivers. So these Aryans were grouped into tribes. Then, after some time, around 1000 BCE to around 6000 BCE, the Aryans spread from the Sapta Sindhu region into the Indo Gangetic plains. There, they cleared thick forests by cutting and burning them, and the land was then used for cultivation and settling down. So, now the administration, how was the administration during the Vedic period, or how was the administration during the time of the Aryans? So, the Aryans were divided into tribes. In that tribe, the Rajan was considered as a chief of the tribe, and the Rajan was chosen by the people. The Rajan was assisted by a Senani, or the commander in chief of the army. Rajan was also helped in religious matter by the Purohit, or the priest. He was also advised by two assemblies of elders, and the name of those assemblies were Sabha and Samiti. The Rajan was usually succeeded by the most capable person of the tribe. There was no regular tax system, so the Rajan used to receive gifts in kind from his subjects. So, the Rajan, in the course of time, the Rajan became more powerful and gained supremacy over the other chiefs over a period of time by performing sacrifices like the Rajasuya and the Ashmaveda. Now, what was the structure of the society during the Aryan period? So, the Aryan society was classified on the basis of the occupation or profession, right? And this was classified into four varnas or classes. So, there was a pyramid like structure of the Aryan classes or the varnas. At the top of the pyramid were the Brahmins. The Brahmins were also known as the priest, and they held high position because they were necessary for conducting all ritual. In on next in the pyramid, on the in next importance were given to Kshatriyas, or the warriors, right? These Kshatriyas or the warriors, they become more powerful by acquiring more land. Then next on the pyramid were the Vaishyas. The Vaishyas were usually the traders, cultivators, and skilled workers. They had become wealthy and powerful due to their trading activities. And at the bottom of the pyramid were the Shudras. And Shudras were considered at the bottom of the pyramid of the four varnas or the classes of the Aryans, and they used to perform the menial jobs that were not very reputed during that time. Now, what were the occupations of the people of Aryans, or what were the main occupation of the Aryans? So, the Aryans led a simple life. They were usually cattle rearers, and agriculture were their important occupation. As people turned to agriculture as a means of livelihood, cattle as a source of wealth became less significant and land became more valuable, right? So people also worked as potters, weavers, carpenters, and chariot makers. That time there was no money, so the barter system was in practice. In barter system, goods were exchanged for goods. There was no use of money. Also, long distance trade was not common. There was no long distance trade. They used to trade among themselves only. As the farming equipments made of iron became superior than the wooden ones, this played a vital role in bringing more land under cultivation. With the improved technology and better lifestyle, various other occupations like leather making, jewelry making came up. So this was all about the occupation of the people of the Aryans. Now next is the gods which the Aryans used to worship. So the um, the Aryans usually used to worship the elements of nature, right? The Aryans usually used to worship the sky, the wind, the rain, the fire. So all these elements of nature were worshipped by the Aryans. Some of the One of the most important god of the Aryans were the Indra. Indra was known as the god of thunder and war. Other gods which were worshipped were Surya, Varun, Prithvi, Agni. Surya was the son of God, Varuna was the son of rain. Varuna was the god of rain, Prithvi was the goddess of earth, and Agni was the god of fire. Various sacrifices and yajnas were also performed to keep the god and goddess happy. In the some course of time, after some time, the Aryans slowly spread across northern India and they started worshipping new gods like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Goddesses like Saraswati and Lakshmi were also worshipped, and several rituals were considered necessary to make them happy. The rituals became elaborate over the period of time. The religious books of the Aryans. What were the religions book of the Aryans? So there was the main religious book of the Aryan was Vedas. There were four Vedas, and they were the Rig Veda, the Yajur Veda, the Samaveda, and the Atharv Veda. The Rig Veda was the oldest Veda, and this Rig Veda consists of 1021 hymns. Hymns are the songs in praise of the god. And apart from these Vedas, there were other religious books of the Aryans also, and these include the Brahmanas, the Aranakas, the Upanishads, the Puranas, and the epics like the Ramayana and Mahabharata. So these were the religious books or the religious texts of the Aryans. So this was all about the coming of the Aryans, or this was all about the different ways of life during the Vedic period. In this chapter, we have covered the early Vedic period, and in the next chapter, we will read about the later Vedic period. So, this was all about the chapter. Now, let us do the exercise of this chapter. So, in the exercise, first of all, there are fill in the blanks, and the first one is the major source for the study of the history of the Aryans were, these were the Vedas. Second, the animal that the Aryans brought with them is the horse. So it was the Aryans who brought horse and horse chariot to India. Third, in Aryan society, the chief of the tribe was called the Rajan. Now next, in Vedic society, the warrior class was known as Kshatriyas, and these Kshatriyas were second important in the pyramid of the Varnas or the class of the Aryans. Next, the ancient settlement found at Inamgao belongs to the Dash age. So it belonged to Chalcolithic age, right? Next are true or false. First one is the Aryans introduced the metal iron to the subcontinent. So this is true. It was Aryan who introduced the metal iron to the subcontinent of India. Next, the Vedic people lived in brick houses. False. They do not lived in brick houses. Rather, they used to live in wattle and dab houses. Next, the priests known as the Brahmins were at the top of the social pyramid in Vedic society. This one is true, as the Brahmin or the priest were considered at the top of the pyramid of the Varnas, as they because they were necessary for conducting all the rituals required. Next, the epics Ramayana and Mahabharata were written during the Vedic period. True. These epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata were written during the Vedic period. Now, next, the ancient people who lived at the Inamgao settlement used both stone and copper. True. They used both stone and copper. Now next are answer in brief, and first one is where are the Aryans believed to have originated from? So for this answer come to page number 37. Number 37 under the heading where did they come from? The answer will start from here. The Aryans are thought to have originated in the areas around surrounding the Caspian Sea in southern Russia. So this is answer number 1. Now, question number 2 is name the two types of pottery associated with the Vedic people. So, the two types of pottery associated with the Vedic people are first black and red ware. Second, painted grey ware with black and red geometric patterns. Second, painted grey ware with black and red geometric patterns. Third one is what was the impact of tools made of iron on agriculture? For this answer, come to page number 39 of your books. So on page number 39, second column, very last paragraph, second line, the answer will start from here. We will write this answer in 2 points. First point is farming equipments made of iron were far more superior than the wooden ones. This is first point. Second point you have to write from here. It's written this plate. Instead of this you have to write iron tools plate. Second point from here, this is written this plate. Instead of this you have to write iron tools played a vital role in bringing more land under cultivation. So this is second point and this was our answer number 3. Now question number 4 is name the various religious book of the Vedic people. So for this answer come to page number 40. So first of all we have to write from the question itself. The various religious people are, first there are 4 Vedas, the Rig Veda, then Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvaveda. Then you have to write other books include Brahmanas, then next Aranakas, Upanishads, Puranas, then epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata. So this is our answer number 4. Now next question number 5 is distinguish between microlith and megalith. So we will just write a simple definition of microlith and megalith for this. First, microlith. Microlith are small stones used mainly by the Mesolithic people. Small stone tools used mainly by the Mesolithic people. Next, megaliths, extremely large stones that marked burial sites in southern India. Extremely large stones that mark burial sites in southern India. So here we completed answer in brief. Now answer in detail, and first one is describe the government system of Aryans. For this, come to page number 38 of your books. We have to write this answer in points. Before that, we will write the Aryans were divided into tribes. First we have to write that the Aryans were divided into tribe. Then first point starts from here. The Rajan was a chief of the tribe. This is first point. Second point is, here it is written he was assisted by, instead of he, write Rajan was assisted by commander in chief of the army. Right, this is second point. Second point is Rajan was assisted by the commander in chief of the army. Third point from starts from here, the Rajan was also, cut the word also, so it will read as the Rajan was advised by two assemblies of elders known as Sabha and Samiti. This is third point. Fourth point is the most qualified member of the tribe was selected as the next Rajan. This is fourth point. Fifth point is the Rajan received gifts in kind, and in the same point after kind you have to write from here there was no regular tax. So these are the 5 points. So I am repeating all the 5 points here. First we have to write the Aryans were divided into tribes. Number 1 point, the Rajan was the chief of the tribe. Rajan was assisted by the commander in chief of the army. Third, the Rajan was advised by two assemblies of elders known as the Sabha and the Samiti. Fourth, the most qualified member of the tribe was selected as the next Rajan. Fifth, the Rajan received gifts in kind. In the same point, there was no regular tax. So this was answer number 1. Now next is explain the pyramid like social system of the Aryans. How did it change over time? For this answer, come to page number 39 of your books. So please mark this answer carefully. First we will write from here on page number 39. Aryan society was also, cut the word also. So the Aryan society was classified on the basis of occupation or profession into 4 varnas or classes. Right from first here. Then after that come to the second column. So in the second column we have to write from here. At the top of the pyramid, you have to write at the top of the pyramid were the Brahmins, the priest. Right, after this you have to write next in importance were the Kshatriyas or the warriors. Then next you have to write the Vaishyas were next on the pyramid. Then next at the bottom of the pyramid were the Shudras. Right, after this, for the second part of the answer, you have to write from here. First, you will write, I'm repeating my answer. First, you will write that the Aryan society was also classified on the basis of occupation or profession into 4 varnas or class. Then you have to write from here that at the top of the pyramid were the Brahmins or the priests. Next in importance were the Kshatriyas or the warriors. The Vaishyas were next on the pyramid. At the bottom of the pyramid were the Shudras. Right, this was first part of the answer. For the second part we'll write from here. However, over a period of time it became difficult for people to move out of the varna they were born into. The system was no longer based on one's profession, it had become hereditary. Right, till here. So this is second part of the answer, and this was our answer number 2. Now question number 3 is describe the nature of economy of the Vedic society. For this answer, come to page number 39 again. So we will write this answer in points, but first of all we will write from the question that the nature of economy of the Vedic society was as follows. First write from the question the nature of economic society of the economy of the Vedic society was as follows. Number 1, the answer first point will start from here. Cattle rearing and agriculture were their important occupation. This is first point. Second point, as more people turned to agriculture as a means of livelihood, cattle as a source of wealth became less significant and land became more valuable. This is second point. Third point is people also worked as potters, weavers, carpenters, and chariot makers. This is third point. Fourth point will be here: farming equipments made of iron were far more superior than the wooden ones, and this played a vital role in bringing more land under cultivation. This is fourth point. I know this was also your previous answer, so we will repeat that answer here also as fourth point, right? Then fifth point is, with improved technology and better lifestyle, a variety of occupation like leather making and jewelry making came up. So this is your answer number 3, long. Now question number 4 is, give a sketch of the life of the Chalcolithic people of Inamgao. For this, come to page number 41. So we will do this answer in points, and please mark this answer very carefully. So the first point will start from here. Inamgao. First we'll just have to write Inamgao. After this is one of the largest Chalcolithic settlements in India, right? This is first point. Second point will start from here. People here used both stone and copper tools. You can write, people here used both stone and copper tools. Third point is, the people of Inamgao were mainly farmers. This is third point. Then the fourth point is, the houses are rectangular structures, till structures. Then after structures you have to write, the wall of the houses were probably built of mud and branches of trees. So this was fourth point, right? So I'm repeating first all these 4 points. First point is, Inamgao is one of the largest Chalcolithic settlements in India. Second point, people here used both stone and copper tools. The people of Inamgao were mainly farmers. Fourth point, the houses are rectangular structures. The walls of the houses were probably built of mud and branches of trees. Now the fifth point is, so this fifth point will start from here. Several terracotta figurines have been found at Inamgao. This is fifth point. And the sixth point here is this: the pottery of the people was quite a high standard. Continuing the same point, the pottery had a red background with simple geometric design painted on it in black. So I have told you to write, here I have told you 6 points. You can write any 5 point for your answers, right? But first 2 points are important, so write those, and among the remaining you can write among you should write any 5 points among all. Okay, so this was your answer number 4. Now next question is, give an account of the megalithic settlements of South India, right? So here, come to page number 42 for this answer. Again we'll do this answer in points, so please mark the answer very carefully. First point will start from here. Here it is written, in this culture. So instead of this, write, in megalithic culture of South India. Instead of this, write, in megalithic culture of South India, burial sites are marked by extremely large stones called megaliths. This is first point. Now second point is, there are different types of graves. This is second point. There are different types of graves, and then you have to write a point. Under the second point you have to write a point. A point is, stone cut into rocks are covered with a flat stone. B point, there are few enclosed tombs. C point is, yet another kind of grave is where the bones are put in a pot or urn and buried. Then the third point will start from here. Iron tools were used to cut and work the megaliths. This is third point. Fourth point is here, the graves contained several iron implements and weapons. This is fourth point. Fifth point is, they also contain the bones. They here refers to the graves. Instead of they, you can write, the graves also contain the bones of a number of animals like cow, goat, sheep, dog, horse, pig, birds, crocodile, fish, etc. This is fifth point. Fifth here it is fifth point. Now sixth point is, a variety of spots have also been found in some graves. So this is 6 point. Again, I have told you 6 point. You can write any 5 point for your answer, right? So this was your answer number 5. Now the multiple choice questions, and number 1 is the Aryans are thought to have originated in, options are the area around modern Afghanistan, the area around the Caspian Sea, Eastern India, or Europe. So the Aryans are thought to have originated in the areas around the Caspian Sea, right? So here correct option is B. Next is the Aryans are believed to have crossed into India between, and various options are given. So, so before reading the options, let me tell you the background of this. So listen to me very carefully. So it was between 1700 BCE to 1500 BCE that marked the coming of the Aryans into India from the northwest, right? So it was between 1700 to 1500 that marked the coming of the Aryans into India from northwest. Then from 1500 BCE to 1000 BCE, the Aryans settled in the Sapta Sindhu region, right? It was between 1500 to 1000 BCE that the Aryans settled in Sapta Sindhu region. Then after that, between 1000 BCE to 600 BCE, the Aryans spread into the Indo-Gangetic plain, right? It was between 1000 BCE to 600 BCE the Aryans spread into Indo-Gangetic plain. So for this timeline you can also refer to page number 37, right? On page number 37 the timeline is given and the same thing is given there. So now if we read the options here, the option says the Aryans are believed to have crossed into India between 1700 to 1500 BCE. So children, this was during this time they have not crossed into India. This period marked the coming of the Aryans into India from northwest. Then next option is 1700 to 1500 CE. There is no term like CE. Either it is BC or AD, right? So there is no term like CE. Next 2500 to 1500 CE. Again this is wrong. There is no term like CE. Then D option says 1600 BCE. Yes, so the Aryans is believed to have crossed into India between 1000 to 600 BC. So here the correct option is D, right? Now the next one is the Aryans brought with them to India. Options are the horse and the use of iron, the horse in the cultivation of crops, the horse-drawn carriage and a written script, the caste system in agriculture. So the Aryans brought with them into India the horse and the use of iron. So here correct option is A. A. Right. Next is, where did the Aryans first settle when they came to India? And the options are around the river Indus and its tributaries, in the Indo-Gangetic region, in the Himalayas, or none of the above. So the Aryans, when the Aryans came, they first settled down in the region surrounding the Indus and its tributaries. So here the correct option is A. It seems like B, but it is A. Yes, here correct option is A, around the river Indus and its tributaries, right? Now next is, in the Vedic society a number of kul or families formed. Options grama, sabha, viz or jana. So in Vedic society number of kul or families formed a viz. So here the correct option is C, viz. Oh shit, it's viz, right? Now sixth one is the gods worshipped by the Aryans when they first came to India include. Options are Indra, Surya, Varun, Shiva or Brahma. B option Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Indra, Lakshmi. Or C option Saraswati, Lakshmi, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Or D option Indra, Surya, Varun, Prithvi and Agni. So children, when the Aryans first came to India, they used to worship the elements of nature, and they used to worship god of thunder Indra. They used to worship Surya, the sun god; Varun, the god of rain; Prithvi, the goddess of earth; and Agni, the god of fire. So here, the correct option is D, that is Indra, Surya, Varun, Prithvi, and Agni. It was later on that when they go to, when they cross northern India, they started worshipping new gods like Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and goddess like Saraswati and Lakshmi. Next, the main religious book of the Aryans were Ramayan, Mahabharat, Vedas, or Upanishads. So the main religious book was Vedas. So here correct option is C, Vedas. Next is, archaeologists describe Inamgaon in Maharashtra as a Chalcolithic settlement. They do so because tools made of both iron and stone have been found here. The remains of more than 134 mud houses have been found here, or the pottery found here was of a high standard. Tools, weapons, and ornaments made of copper and stone have been found here. So, here the correct option is D. Tools, weapons, and ornaments made of copper and stone have been found here. Therefore, the archaeologists describe Inamgao as a Chalcolithic settlement. So, here correct option is D. Next is ninth one. In the megalithic cultures of South India, options are: people built large temples in honor of God; people built cities with well planned drainage systems; people lived in houses marked by extremely large stone called megaliths; or the people buried their dead and marked those burial sites with extremely large stones called megaliths. So here, correct option is D, that the people of the megalith cultures of South India buried their dead and marked these burial sites with extremely large stones called megaliths. So, children, on this note, we have completed the sixth chapter of history, the fifth chapter of history, different ways of life, the Vedic period, and Chalcolithic settlement.